Welcome to today's market update. I'm Maya Keynes, and joining me is financial expert Eli Sterling. Good morning, Eli.
Good morning, Maya. Great to be here.
Let's start with some major headlines shaping global markets. First up, the passing of Singapore tycoon Go Cheng Liang has turned 6 of his grandchildren into billionaires overnight. What does this mean for markets?
Well, Maya, it highlights how concentrated wealth can be in Asia's corporate empires. Although voting control remains with the second generation, specifically the eldest son who chairs Nippon Paint Holdings, the transfer of financial assets to the third generation signals long-term succession planning. It avoids family disputes and keeps operations stable, which investors appreciate.
Interesting. Meanwhile, Gen Z protesters across Asia are voicing their frustrations over economic stagnation and youth unemployment. Could this unrest influence investment sentiment?
Absolutely. These protests reflect deeper structural issues, high joblessness, perceived corruption, and they're amplified by social media. If reforms don't follow, we might see more volatility in emerging Asian markets. Investors will likely monitor these developments closely, especially ahead of any policy shifts.
Turning to stocks, Alibaba surged on AI advancements, helping lift global equities. Can you break down what's driving that optimism?
Sure. Alibaba's jump reflects growing confidence in its AI strategy, especially amid broader expectations of Fed rate cuts as early as next week. With the 10-year Treasury yield testing the 4% mark and softer labor data supporting easing monetary policy, tech stocks like Alibaba are benefiting from renewed risk appetite.
And speaking of the Fed, Microsoft and OpenAI agreed on a partnership structure involving a $100 billion investment. How significant is this move?
Very much so. That represents about 20% of OpenAI's current valuation. This deal solidifies Microsoft's leadership in the AI space and could accelerate infrastructure expansion globally, including plans for new UK data centers. It also reassures markets that despite regulatory hurdles, big investments in AI are moving forward.
Now let's dive into crypto technicals. We've got several pairs analyzed: BTC USDT using stochastic RSI. Eli, walk us through your read on Bitcoin right now.
Sure thing. Looking at BTC USDT on the 4-hour chart with stochastic RSI, we're seeing momentum weaken slightly after being overbought. The K line just dipped below the D line, a bearish crossover, and both lines are trending down. However, the ADX shows a strong uptrend with plus DI well above negative DI, meaning buyers are still in control overall.
So despite short-term pullback signals, the bigger picture is still bullish.
Exactly. The MACD confirms this. It's above zero and rising, although the histogram is contracting, hinting at potential consolidation. Also, volume has been weak lately, suggesting less conviction behind recent moves. For traders, I'd recommend watching key support around $111,700, where the 50-day SMA sits.
What about Ethereum? We're analyzing ETH/USDT using Fibonacci retracement strategy.
Right. Price has been bouncing between the 0% and 23.6% Fibonacci levels, signaling strength. It's hovering near resistance at $4,537.90. Break above that, and we could see further upside. Below that, look for support at $4,476.28. The RSI is approaching overbought territory, but hasn't reached it yet, and the MACD histogram is expanding positively.
Any notable candlestick patterns worth noting?
Yes, there was a shooting star pattern spotted earlier, at the 4,537 resistance level, which usually warns of a potential reversal. But since it's a single pattern, we need confirmation from follow-through selling before taking it seriously.
Finally, let's touch on Solana. SOL USDT is under the buy, hold, sell strategy lens. What's the call here?
It's pretty straightforward. 5 straight gold signals from our buy, hold, sell indicator showing sustained bullish momentum. The SMMA 15 is comfortably above the SMMA 29, reinforcing that trend. Short-term dips may offer buying opportunities rather than signs of reversal.
Wrapping up, what should traders keep an eye on tomorrow?
Watch for Fed commentary and whether those anticipated rate cuts materialize. Also, keep an eye on Bitcoin breaking above 112K resistance and Ethereum holding above 4,475. Any breakout or breakdown here could set the tone for the rest of the week.
Thanks, Eli. That's all for today's update. Stay tuned for more market insights. Until next time.